Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to an exciting and riveting 1 vs 1 on Arnhem Checkpoint. In the north, it is Borobadger fighting for the Wehrmacht, the German army, taking on the role here of the... let's just go with 12th SS Panzerdivision, with German infantry featuring 250-1 half-tracks, veteran squad leaders, stormtroopers, assault and hold, and fragmentation bombs with triple infantry bulletins there. We'll take the one as a Panzerfaust, but it goes in the infantry. Versus south, it is Augustine, fighting for King Country, the Commonwealth, the British Army, taking on the role here of the 11th Armoured Division with mobile assault, Royal Engineers, and Vanguard operations. Augustine here, a bit slow to the uptake, but he is the British, so probably not the big deal there. Pioneers setting on the west side here with barbed wire around the car point in the track. Can't have those Thomas and Ray with those cars. Yes, those verdammt Englishmen so steal everything that isn't nailed down. Entire continents! I mean, they technically can't run away with them, but they definitely steal them. Yeah. Gunnery's moving about. He's on the west point there. Second is got done here for Borobadger. No son of the machine gun in the early game. But we're probably seeing a heavy grenadier build with lots of veteran grenadiers here versus Augustine's British infantry. Third section away there for Augustine, for King Country, Commonwealth, double sections here, and Royal Education. Also big thanks to Halvaker, or Halvaker, not entirely sure to pronounce that one, for pledging and Patreon to support the mighty Propagandacast with his half hard-earned money, or her hard-earned money, I suppose. Anyway, so big thanks to him or her, and of course you too can pledge and support the Propagandacast by links in the video description. Just donate. And always like, subscribe, and share if you can't, afford it, or we are, in which case that's also most appreciated. Third grenade squad there for Borobadger, so far heavy infantry built from both sides. Pioneers trying to lay down barbed wire here by the fountain. Can't have those British running away with that one as well. Might add it to the British Museum. Season northern point up here. Section moving about here. Far west we got grenades, we've got western fuel point secured for the fatherland. Eastern fuel point secured by the section. Season eastern point here. Grenadiers setting out there. Fourth grenadier squad away there for Borobadger. For the fatherland. Grenadiers occupying the building here. Quickly checking out for anything of worth and value, and mostly just things to shoot Tommies with. Fourth section away there for Augustine. Fourth gun is got here for Borobadger. So far, largely mirrored build orders. Though, of course, there's a significant difference in quality between Augustine's infantry sections and Borobadger's grenadiers. Pioneers flank up, or Grenadiers actually flank up behind the section there, catching the crossfire. Good work there by Borobadger. Shots being fired there. Bit of skirmish in the east section versus Grenadiers there. Sees the northern victory point here. Bit of skirmishing here. Pioneers hard at work up there by the eastern victory point section. Oh, good grenades up early for Augustine. Definitely something that's been happening more again with the sections being buffed, as significant have been. There's also been some players also then going for early grenades again, since with already tough sections, chucking a grenade there can obviously be really, really powerful. Going there, moving about, sneaking, hitting off some points there. Good work by Borobadger. He's trying to disrupt the Augustine, but obviously Augustine, with roughly the same number of sections plus access to grenades, will be a bit of a problem. Grenadiers versus section, shots being fired back and forth here. Borobadger Grenadiers got forced to retreat. Augustine so far has got all at the front. We got tech up there as well, platoon command post. Western field being seized there by Augustine as well. Borobadger off to a rough start. Again, in theory, the Grenadier build can work out, but it's risky. And you generally want a machine gun at least to help deal with the Tommies. Help time them down. We got something like Augustine. No bolted sections yet for him. And we got Borobadger there with tech as well, so he's going to be probably pushing for some fast light vehicles. I mean, a fast 250 half-tech here can be quite powerful as the British in the early games. They do lack anti-tank grenades in this regular section, so they're quite more vulnerable to a fast 250 half-tech with, say, stormtroopers or flamethrower pioneer squad in it. So that is something your Borobadger could consider. Though, of course, the AC Mark III can very quickly shut that down. There go, quick rough grenade and regular grenade they exchange. The Mills bombers was renowned. Grenadiers for the section here. Grenadiers not doing too well. So far, Borobadger is fighting fiendishly and furiously here versus Augustine. Of course, it's showing no mercy to his Teutonic opponent either. Then it's the section here. Also, a little fun fact about Waffen-SS, and something that generally doesn't get told about a lot, and you'd really actually have to do some research on, but they actually had larger infantry battalions in their Panzer divisions and Panzer divisions, even the infantry divisions, for those that were, compared to the regular army, which is probably one of the reasons why the Waffen-SS, could actually in late war perform much better than the regular army divisions in a lot of cases, because when you have access to more infantry, you generally can do a lot more. But it tends to be one of the things that most sources, in particular popular sources like documentaries, movies, tends not to talk about. There's actually a significant bit there. Gonna use here, that's a section here. Getting a few kills in there, very good, very good. So a little fun historical side note there, which I know some people also enjoy here on my channel. Engagement is looking pretty bad there for Borobadger, except somehow not. Somehow not. But that's going to turn back there, go retreated. Back here, like to make a nice company up. Might see a flame for Architect, probably 2 more likely. Pack 40 is also a very good guess. There's certainly a few options here for Borobadger. Meanwhile, there we got both the section for Augustine. No AC Mark 30 requisitions on armored car or a 250 half tank to work out for Borobadger. Fun fact, the 2-2 would be discontinued in favour of using the 250 half tank as an armoured car, at which point the 250 half tank would be discontinued entirely to shift to reconnaissance and half tank purposes as well to the 250 and half tank. Another little fun historical side note there. Section being routed by the Grenadiers, big push here by Borobadger, who can now begin upgrading his men there to veteran Grenadier status. We got the first squad on the way there. Skirmishing here in the east side there, section pushing back the Grenadiers there. Lots of back and forth here between Augustine and Borobadger so far. We got Panzer Grenadier here for Borobadger. Lovely. Lovely. Bit of a no-look part here of German infantry, but with the support package they can unlock with it, we could do some really fun stuff, like the mark target ability to get. It's really powerful, but it tends to get overlooked, but it really synergizes well with a lot of the other things your doctrine is doing typically, plus the Panzer Grenadiers can, in some cases, quickly wipe a unit at close range if they target it correctly. Plus, if you target them with it before they retreat, the bonus actually applies to them while retreating, so they actually become a bit easier to wipe on retreat. They have to do it before they retreat. If you try to use it while they're retreating, they won't get the bonus. So, a little fun starting over there as well. Second foot against here, the church pioneers holding up, barricading the doors and saying, no Tommies allowed. And the Tommies, dutifully, for once, obey. North East Grenadiers, Panzer goes over the section. We got a quick bomb off here on the Grenadiers. Grenade. Panzer pushing forwards here. No upgrade yet, though again, support package is pretty good. Very overlooked part, but then again, I feel like there's a lot of part of a lot of doctrine that tend to get, quite frankly, overlooked a bit. Section of the Grenadiers Pioneers up close with the Pioneers joining in. Those sections might be in trouble. They could try Grenade, but it might also be easily dodged here. Borobadger, in which case it's going to be wasted there. Still, Borobadger's getting some control on the map here versus Augustine. Then again, these things so far are quickly changing. We've got Augustine here with a sniper. Bold pick there, but certainly there's a lot of infantry. It can be useful. Then again, with a lot more fluid infantry. And a map like this, there are certainly some risks involved. We got a pack from for Borobadger. He's clearly not expecting the sniper, though he's expecting an armoured car, obviously, which is also the normal response here for most British players at this point. Just push for an armoured car and roll over the opponent. But that's clearly not what Augustine is planning here, in which case he is likely going to try to just gamble on Borobadger being caught off guard there. Got the car point here, the good disruptive play here, using his infantry aggressively, but not recklessly, to outmaneuver his opponent and, you know, do naughty things. Love to see if he ever gets around to adding the support package. I'd not be surprised if he didn't, but again, trust me, it's actually good. Plus, the repairs are like always handy. The repairs are always handy, and the smoke grenades never hurt either. I mean, you actually get a lot of it just for 30 munitions. And there's the retreating, back here reinforcing healing. Though obviously, I think most players just prefer to get a 5th man on the Panzer Grenadier squad in. You know, personally, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, a 5-man Panzer Grenadier squad, then again, at VC could arguably said to be a bit busted potentially, but you know, being deep down, I wouldn't, you know, mind it. And he's back here reinforcing healing. Pack 40 sitting out there for Borobadger. Sniper there getting his first kill with his boy's anti-tank rifle. Then he's retreating. Panzer taking another casualty there. Franz drops dead. Going for the car point there. Augustine quick to return the favour here to his opponent. Of course, this is where the lack of machine guns on either side means it basically becomes very swingy, because there's a no point any machine gun, so you know, say this and you go no further. Like, it just, you know, like if the line breaks, they just sort of pour through, and that happens on both sides. You do get some rather swinging pushes here, because there's no real way to, say, slow down the enemy offensive once the line breaks, you know, hold them back. That is something worth keeping in mind here, and it's going to be probably part of the match for some time. Again, just, you know, these big swings and momentum and map control. In this case, the Borobadger more veteran squad leaders hits back, though of course by now Augustine has got those troops up to 5 level as well. So he's certainly not in a poor spot either. I'm guessing he's planning to go for fast tech and fast tanks here versus Borobadger. Not a bad idea, not a bad idea. Certainly says something Augustine's confident in the active things can get away with it. And in most cases you typically can, because the British have very fast tech. Though in this regard, Borobadger's rapid aggressive harassment is certainly making it harder for Augustine to pull off the strategy. Though of course, Augustine's vice versa, Of course, also made half a Borobadger so you go for fast armor as well. Panzer does the section, heavy cover though, charging across open ground, not the best situation for the Panzer Grenadiers. And a grenade as well. This is of course where support packs with smoke grenade will allow them to close them in without taking too much damage. And now Augustine's getting more control of the field here versus Borobadger going for the Vickers machine gun. So this is where things might slightly become more trickier for Borobadger, since now he's not going to have that easy ability just to push through Augustine's forces and lines. This gets a bit more risky there for him, gets a bit more risky. More veteran grenadiers that are being upgraded for Borobadger. Bit of skirmishing here up north, saps those grenadiers. Sniper there with 6 kills. Grenades they're pushing back the grenadiers. Big Cassane machine gun out there for Augustine. Grenadiers holding back the sappers there successfully, but the news is quickly turning around. Borobadger is going to have to do something to turn around there. Go to get tech for him. Even then, it's going to take time to get armor, but it does look like Augustine is not quite pushing as hard for armor as Borobadger, so there's an opportunity for Borobadger to maybe swing things around on that. So going in for the Western Viewpoint, pushing hard for King Country, the Commonwealth, the British Army. Grenadiers pushing it with Panzer Grenadier support. Sniper kill there on the Grenadiers. Section routed, could push straight for the sniper, of course, need to be careful. But losing the fuel point there, it's not doing something about that. Back here, troops reinforcing. Tech done, but nothing further out of that. Still no tech for Augustine. And then you've got the Vickers sitting up here in the cafe. Panzer's pushing forwards here. Ooh, not getting shot by the Vickers, and it's going to deliver a hot German pastry right through the windows. Clearing out the ground floor and killing the gunner, it seems. Allowing more troops to close in the machine gun crew. And that's not going to force Augustine to pull back here. Oh, no. Borobadger ends up breaking off the assault here, feeling he cannot pull through and will not waste precious German manpower on this. Up north, trench dug in here by Augustine. Securing the northern flank against any German raids. It's going to force Borobadger to commit a larger force to break through there. Obviously, at the same time, it also means he's got 280 manpower doing nothing there. But at the same time, if the plan is to force his opponent to like do more up there, I mean, it probably will make sense. Depending on how Borobadger reacts, though. Going here for the cut-off point again. Borobadger's got the palm of cop. Augustine continues not to attack. Definitely a slightly missed opportunity there. Then again, I mean, it's not like he needs it right away, but typically also you have it ready so you can actually just pop a tank right away when you then need it, rather than just have to wait to then get the tank going and then build it. Since that could still be like a minute delayed on the tank, which is usually less than grand if your opponent's then faster than him getting his tank out. Still, Augustine here remaining stalwart and well prepared against Harry Han here. Worth noting, we haven't seen any officers out from him yet. No attempt at using the assault officer there. Subsequent ears. My apologies about Bass in the background here. You can at times get a bit like that. Wanting some attention, but I'm a bit preoccupied here, so I do apologize. He's normally a mostly well-behaved kitty. There's punches being routed here. Borobadger's assault there is sadly not making much progress. He's going to have to come up with some new tactics, so he's going to need to get out some tanks. And again, it does seem like he's in a very great position getting out tanks ahead of Augustine, who continues to flounder there. There you go. He's finally taking up. But he will nonetheless miss out at least possibly a minute in getting a tank out. That said, I mean, at the most, Borobadger could now rush out, say, an Ostwind or Strug here versus Augustine. I mean, an Ostwind, if you can get out the Ostwind at least a bit faster, it wouldn't be too bad. But at the same time, with the current timing, you should expect heavy armor, enemy armor out, in which case the Ostwind may not gain as much traction. He's likely maybe better off with the fast Panzer IV fast Strug. But in theory, if you can keep the Ostwind alive, he can make it work, but it would be, I think, pretty risky. Meanwhile, here, more trenches being dug in. Augustine really preparing there for a fresh German assault. We also got here destroy cover going on there. Very few British players make use of that one. The only one is to remember to use that regularly is Sage of the Six. So this could well be his Smurf account. I just can't remember the name. Got a section being around here, but the punch is looking at the ears. Big push here. So yeah, in this case, he sort of went with the okay, I'm just going to push past the trench here. And this causes the sort of other side with just a section in the trench. It can only hold off so much. But at the same time, Borobadger is now fully committed to the eastern side here, while he's conceding the west side to Augustine for now. So Palmer course should be up now, at least be close up. Yep. Oh, and he does go for the Ostwind. Again, 15 men, the Ostwind, pretty risky. I mean, he's lucky he isn't being hit by Cromwell already now here by Augustine. He's lucky, and again, part of this is Augustine being a bit slack there. Bit too lax. Still, even then, the Ostwind's starting to have a lot of time before the Cromwell hits it. So it's going to really have to, like, leverage that Ostwind hard here versus Augustine. Let's see if we can actually do that. I mean, it is very risky with just one pack. In particular, on a map like Arnhem Checkpoint, which is a lot more open, it's not like you can just park down the pack in one place and just figure, you know, that'll sort itself out. It usually won't, because your opponent's smart and can just outmaneuver the pack on a map like this. Oh wait, Ostwind flak pants almost down there for Borobadger, and the 12th SS. Set taking in there with Bart Y, very good. He's laying down mines. He's basically preparing the battlefield head here to make it as hard as possible for Borobadger to make back progress. They could just destroy the cover here, to be honest, rather than winding it off. I mean, you need several layers of Bart Y anyway, so destroying cover is probably just a lot more effective here for him. And it's free anyways. Ostwind moving up here, engaging the sappers. And destroying the Bart Y, and then the sandbags. Pretty much just ruining the entire effort anyways. Good lord, Terrence, they ruined the Bart Y and the sandbags. They just rendered it all pointless. Well, couldn't we just have blown it up ourselves? Well, shut up. Do shut up. You're just ruining it all, isn't you? Aren't you? And it's all going in for the section. We've got Cromwell on the way there, but still, there's going to be some time for the Ostwind to do some heavy work here against Augustine, who is currently quite vulnerable to his entertaining results in a bad spot. In fact, it's the pack that got stolen by the British, but it's now being claimed by the Germans. Vegas also in trouble here with the Ostwind. Is continuing doing a lot of damage. The Ostwind is quite effective at dealing with garrison units, mostly because it does a ton of damage to the building itself. So it actually is destroying the building with the unit inside of it. So it's a bit of a different way of clearing up garrisons, because it's just taking down the entire garrison itself. Borobadger here may not be a Durchbruchmüller, but he's certainly breaking through nonetheless and getting the job done. Second needs to get out of the building there before the Ostwind tears that one down as well. Cromwell's heading out here. Still no doctrine for Augustine here, going punching a bit of trouble there. Pack 40 setting up Gunnis as well here. Might just be able to... Oh, nicely timed there, Cromwell with the damage engine. Pack that cleared out. Ostwind then pushes back to the section. He got 6 kills on it. Like, theoretically, he could try and flank the Cromwell with the Ostwind, shoot it through the rear arm, in which case the Ostwind has a chance to take it out when it's so damaged, but that being said, it's pretty risky here. Unless, of course, the opponent accidentally exposes the rear, and allows the Ostwind to do some damage there. Also taking advantage of this to crew the pack here. Gonna be a crash, though. He's really trying it here. Oh. Can he make it work? I don't think so. He's too close. Then the Cromwell is able to keep pace with the Ostwind close range. He needs to get behind him and get out of there. Pack cleared out again. Really closely. Almost able to actually take out the Cromwell there with the Ostwind. Really close. That would have been a bit embarrassing. I imagine there for Augustine. It'd be unfortunate if he lost his Cromwell there to an Ostwind. Imagine reporting that one. So, Captain Augustine, how did you lose your tank? You're saying, well, an anti-aircraft tank took it out. With a Flak 88? No, smaller one. They have smaller ones, yes. And that took out your tank, yes. Are you stupid? No. I think he might be stupid. I can hear that. Shut up. And it's got the western fuel point back. Pushing in for the section. Flak pans are being repaired. 6 kills, veterans you won. This was the section here. Flak pans being paired up. 6 kills, veterans you won. You might want to go for Stug next. We got 328 versus 445. Pans off the Cromwell again. This time, though, not enough damage. Plus with the pack 40 on the hands of Augustine. Borobadger's in for really tough times. Going for another pack 40, but it is still pretty ambitious. Jürgen, Panther escape before getting crushed by the tank. A last heroic sacrifice. From a shoemaker from Puttgarden. Almost got the sappers here. The Panther companies are doing a lot of damage, but they could also take a lot to get wiped out. Oh, the sappers went down. Small win there for Borobadger in the sea of otherwise very unfortunate events. Flak Panthers are good to go on from here for Borobadger and the German army. Pushing marches there. Pioneers standing ready to support as well. What will Borobadger do with his Black Panther? How will he challenge Augustine? And what will Augustine go for next? He's actually got a bunch of manpower. We've also got Vanguard operations here. Raid operations, Fort Logistics Glider. The vehicle crew repairs, the Vanguard Operation Crocodile, and the strafing support. Fun fact, the Crocodile used to have troops come along with it, I believe. In fact, some of the British had a lot of calling groups there, including the Vandals tank, actually came with an officer as well. Section hovering right by the flag pans, we got 7 kills on it. Doing a bit of damage there. Veterancy 1 gain. Back here, troops setting up for Borobadger and the German army. We got 265 for 145. Borobadger needs something here about the victory point soon. Another crumble of the focus in the British army. Flak punch about second to be engaged out in the open, tearing into them. The ruthless abandon. There you go. We got the glider in there. That's going to be commanders enough here for Augustine. Of course, he still has to train them first. I'm not surprised he hasn't gone for an officer though. Pack, Osman going for the Cromwell. Is he actually going to take it up? There you go. British pack, they're opening up on the Osman, forcing away for the pack force to be able to finish it off here with a good attack round here. Punchman's going to be pushing through here, and there you go. Cromwell down. He's stinging blow there to Augustine, but at least he didn't have to report it knocked out by an Osman. Sab's about to get taken up. We got the glider ready here for him. Going for a fortitude point, interestingly enough. Not entirely sure why he wants that there. Guess to save a bit on time there, perhaps. Does make sense. I was sending Cromwell out there to replace the one that got knocked out there by those nasty hands. 212 versus 445. Section boldly advances for the British Commonwealth. First and point scored here by the Grenadiers. Cromwell pushing westward. Sniper setting out there. 24 kills, having to defeat gunners on the fire from the Cromwell. Sniper moving ahead here. 24 kills. Osman good to go. 7 kills, close to 2. Pack moving much well here for Augustine. 200 points left here. Oh, in fact, less than that for Borobadger. Osman East was catching the checks in the trench. Vickers on the way there again for Augustine. And we got radar breaks. Nice to see points quickly, including using the tanks for it. Very powerful ability, but actually overlooked by a lot of British players. Nice to see Augustine making use of it. He's interested enough not grab the Western victory point as fast as he can. Bit of no side there. I mean, the faster he can bleed up Borobadger victory points, the better. Osman to the front of the trench here. We got 8 kills, plus 22 here. Could he get enough victory? There you go. Cromwell to the rescue. Sort of. Can help out better than this. Probably the threat of a pack 40 hunting about. And we lost a Pioneer squad and a Grenadier squad for Borobadger. Nasty into loss. There you go. Trench evacuated by the section. Now taking damage out in the open. Grenadiers moving up as well here. We could see a wipe here, possibly in Augustine. We could see a wipe. Smoking down here though from the Cromwell, but still goes down in a flurry of flak fire. That leaves no man standing. If the British, that is, the Germans, they're perfectly standing. Panzer IV on the way there for Borobadger, the Panzerkampfwagen 4. But as you might notice, Borobadger has got next to the map. The radar operations certainly did a lot there for Augustine seizing more of the map, but also Borobadger's just been struggling in holding map, and again the lack of machine gun is not doing him a ton of favours in that sense. Sniper kill there. 25. Friends about to get wiped. That'd be another unit down here for Borobadger. And just because of this piece of hate, you can't shoot the Cromwell there properly, it seems like. Almost got these victory point points. They could use assault and hold, not just to boost his troops, but also to boost his capture rate, which could perhaps help out here versus Augustine a bit. And stabilize 148 versus 445. Panzer Power had reached the ace level, very good. There you go, Panzer IV out here. Well, Augustine considers. Oh, he's gone for emerald tanks. That might be a Crocodile, most likely. They could also go for the regular Churchill tank. Either way, either we go for the Churchill tank. The Osman and the Panzer IV is going to feel pretty bad here for Borobadger, since the Osman in particular has no chance against that. Osman super close to the Victory 2 there. They got 141 to 445. Huge lead here for Augustine in the British Army. Could lay down some more mines. That'd be a pretty good idea here. Adding the pin up machine to the Panzer IV, direct hit from the Pack 40. Snub gets a good hit. Close to the Ace Osman going in there. And we got air support here from Augustine. Then again, if he just backs off, the Osman should be able to deal with the aircraft reasonably well. There we go, Vetchi 2%, Vetchi 2 to a good chance. If we can hit, that is. If it can hit. Because in the Vetchi 2, the Ostman doesn't have like a great chance of shooting an aircraft like most Allied anti-aircraft units actually have. It's a bit depressing. Like Allied anti-aircraft tactics shoot down the aircraft better than the flak panzer, and the Centaur certainly also can. Not entirely sure why there's this massive discrepancy. There you go, aircraft shot down, at least he got one. Whew, that was actually really close for Augustine, that took almost the entire section down. Good lord, we got lucky there. Yes, where's Gerald? I don't know Gerald, you do. He was your childhood friend, there is no Gerald. He married your sister. There is no Gerald, we all got lucky. I don't want any excuses. Osman too far away then. He's sadly not having much luck shooting that aircraft down. Pushing westwards here to avoid now Augustine's main force in the east. That's a pretty good move there, I think, by Borobadger. Panzer in a pretty tight spot there. Flak Panzer sitting out. Panzer's all being fixed up for Borobadger.
The enemy are weakening. They're down to 100 points.
Might try and go for the sniper with the Ostwind, in which case he might activate a shot at it. The Ostwind is a reasonably solid sniper counter, actually. You can sort of get it within sufficient range. Half eight of it. Fina need to repair it though. A good blitzkrieg maneuver with some interesting push there could actually do a lot versus Augustine if set up correctly. So of course he's setting up correctly. He's down to 77 though versus Augustine's 445. It's getting pretty tight and tensy for Borobadger. He needs to do something soon. Otherwise, he is going to have to do some serious planning to the Oberkommando des Heeres.
Enemy action has destroyed our forward position.
Panzer 1 hot pursuit in the east side. Or perhaps not hot, more like a lukewarm pursuit. Like a cup of tea left out for a bit too long. Got the western victory point there. We got 55 versus 445. Borobadger's got some serious lifting doing, but he's got about to get hit by a crocodile as well. He may in fact need the might of the Sturmgeschütz. Cromwell taking hits from the Pack 4 and the Panther 4. Could he take out the Cromwell? Could he leave? Augustine in attempt. There you go, sniper. Oh, sniped by the Panther 4. Oh, how the tables turn, I think. Obviously, still the Cromwell, still the anti-tank gun. And we got a regular Churchill. Augustine is not going for a crocodile here. I'm actually a bit surprised. I figured just go for it. I mean, he's not far off from it anyways. It's like, you know, a Churchill tank, but with a flamethrower as well, which seems like, you know, the natural choice in my opinion. It's like, you know, imagine you could call in a Tiger tank or a Tiger tank with a flamethrower. Which would you call in? The Tiger tank with a flamethrower, obviously. Obviously the Germans never made a Tiger tank with a flamethrower. But imagine if they had. And there's Panzer 4 there, 5 kills, close by 2 lost moving up here. Panzer 4 they're about to get knocked out. Not good, not good, not good. Kaputt, scheiße. Pack here was the Ostwind. We got 16 kills, hammering away there. Like a furious thunder. Pack crew there cleared out. He might be able to recruit here. Sappers nearby, but they're not able to do much. Ostwind taking to the section flanking in there. We got 41 versus 445. Section grenading the Pioneers and the Grenadiers. Grenadiers dodging. Pioneer squad takes the shrapnel to the face, but they do survive. Another attempt to grenade here. Section being hammered by the Ostwind into the dirt. 19 kills. Churchill tank out here for Augustine. Pioneers heading eastwards.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Pack there. Turning about here. Second one nearby as well. He might have a chance here if Augustine just charging his Churchill tank a bit too blind like he's doing here. Obviously, the Ostwind is going to do absolutely bugger all versus the Churchill tank. But the Pack 40s for the 8th of Panzerfaust there may just be enough to the Vetchi 2. Pack 40 here. Augustine may in fact just to push his luck too far. He may achieve a bit off more than he could. I always get that one wrong. I'm a bit unhappy about that one. And it's almost got the section here. 19 kills on the Flak Panzer. Pack cleared out again. Churchill's still almost done. He needs to get away. He needs to get sappers out as well. Smoke there being popped, but he only comes out of the rear. There we go. Churchill down there. Don't think Augustine quite well with how that one worked. He just panicked and he just out of the way backfired on him. So right now Augustine's a pretty bad spot. I mean, he still got his opponent very low in victory points, but now Borobadger, of course, has an almost ace Flak Panzer. He's got most of the victory points, still has most infantry. So in this regard, Borobadger's improvisation and the Flak Panzer, which did surprisingly well, has really turned the time. Just being able to just murder all of Augustine's infantry just really just made this Ostwind all worth it. And again, the Ostwind is pretty good. Like, more people should really go for it. I mean, a well-handled Ostwind is lethal. It even gets eventually through each point, he just spits out death like a llama. Oh, llamas can spit out death faster. Basil confirms. Point there being secured. Flak Panzer being fixed up. Cromwell almost done. Still a bit risky going for double Ostwinds here, but I mean, you know, if he's just murdering all of Augustine's infantry, imagine he doesn't have to worry about it. Because the tanks can't grab territory. Well, with raid operation, they technically can, but you know, he probably not really want to do with ammunition. Guys, have the interesting pick there. Punch in the trench, they're putting to a problem for the section, they can't get close. There you go, grenade off. Quickly dodge though. Grenade goes off harmlessly in the trench. Section, they're going to be in trouble. We got a grenade there through the front door of the restaurant. Cromwell going for the punch goes in the trench. Flak Panzer almost good to go. Second Flak Panzer joining up. There's going to be double Flak Panzer here. And that's going to be double trouble there for the infantry. It's two Flak Panzers can actually do some heavy damage to infantry. And can actually melt it away pretty quickly. In short center, we got gunners on top of the Cromwell tank. Pack bottoming up here. Flak Panzer also good to go. Engaging here the Cromwell, doing some nasty damage. Gunners moving up there. Bit of health chipped off there, but not enough. He got 41 to 334. Damaged engine. If he can clear out the Pack 40, he can maybe steal that turn against the Cromwell. You know, in theory, he could just flank the Cromwell with both Ostwind until they almost ace level one and just punch it to death by shooting it through the rear armor. Like, and the ace Ostwind is actually, if you can flank attack, surprisingly able to do a lot of damage to it. It's not something you consider a lot, but it is actually possible. They're actually surprisingly useful against, say, lighter vehicles like SU-6. In fact, they can at ace level actually take out an SU-6 on their own. If they flank it, that is. There you go, Pack down. Oh dear. Looks like some Ostwind crew's going to get a Panzernacker badge, and there you go. It's the less veteran one that scores the kill in the end. Almost ace level in the Ostwind. I think with this, Augustine is deader than disco. Deader than the British Empire. 22 kills here on the Flak Panzer. Ace level. And the section they seem to be stuck here. I got 41 to 91. That Pioneer Squad could get wiped here. The volley, yep. Of course, the Flak can work just to finish them off. Actually, might just be able to crush them because they can't go anywhere. Just shoot them up close. I mean, why crush them and give them the chances? Give them just murder them up close. Dead. I think Augustine may in fact just have given up at this point. Yes, I think that's the answer here. And there we go. Surrender. A loss for the British Army, a victory for the German Army, a victory for the Flak Panzer. No sign of the glorious Duke, but still think some good maneuvers here and there. So it's just highlighting how things can aggressively swing around. Also just highlighting the potency of the Ostwind. I feel like Augustine definitely could have learned a lot of things better. And admittedly, I think Borobadger also done a few other things a bit better again. Support package have been great. But anyways, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell a friend, tell a family, but don't tell enemies. This has been Pro saying cheers. Thank you for watching. You all a wonderful audience. Hope you all tomorrow again for another exciting episode. Bye.